You're listening to TG1F, an F1 podcast with Kate and Nicole.
We're your hosts. I'm Kate.
And I'm Nicole.
And this is our show, where we talk about all things Formula One.
And a lot of things that are not Formula One, too.
Because why the heck not?
This is your formal invitation to a weekly hangout with your F1 BFFs, where we'll talk on-track action, off-track gossip, and throw in some hot pop culture topics.
It doesn't matter if you're a seasoned F1 fan, a curious newbie, or literally just think the drivers are hot. Because they are. There's a little something in this podcast for everyone.
Speaking of which, did you hear what happened this week?
No, tell me about it.
It's lights out and away we go, baby. We're doing great. But I am in an incredibly good mood because
hear that.
The Mob Wives of Pelican Bay are returning.
They're going to their sacred homeland.
They're returning to Miami.
I wish we were doing a pilgrimage.
I know.
To Pelican Bay. Like, it feels kind of wrong.
It feels incredibly
wrong.
That
we won't be able to see Big Tony.
We won't be able to see Big Tony. We won't be at taking out loans at the Blue Martini.
We won't be getting the worst spray tan that's ever been given.
Actually, I'm really happy that that's not happening.
That was traumatic.
I have not gotten a spray tan since. It's been 2 years. I refuse. I refuse to even put that on my body.
I think you need to get a good one to see like what it can actually be like, because that was the worst one I've ever gotten in my life.
Oh my god,
I can't even. It like hurts me to think about it. That's how bad it is. Also, I can literally feel my eyelashes.
I know, Queen. You look so good.
If you're watching on YouTube,
take a peek. Take a peek.
Take a gander.
Look at those
bad boys. So I famously have just the straightest eyelashes of all time. They just stick directly out of my face. They're really long. They just like stick straight out, so they don't look long. I have like really long eyelashes. Like you can always see them on my bottom eyelashes. So it looks like I have like really long bottom eyelashes and then nothing on the top. So I do love a lash lift, but since I bought a house, I'm a little bit so I bought it's a little SpawnCon here. It's literally right next to me.
It's for legal reasons. This is not SpawnCon, and will not be disclosing as an ad.
Nope. So I got this like Luxe.
Did you get an
lash
Instagram
lift
ad?
Set? Oh, I've been getting them all over Instagram, like everywhere, and it's just like going viral right now. And it's like at home lash lift. It has everything you need. There's 4 like stuff enough to do 4 of them in the box. And it's only $39.
Wow.
I was like, yeah, I'll try that. I'll be giving that a try, because when I go to get my lashes done, it's like $100 at least for one appointment. So I'm like, if I can do this at home, game over. So I did it today, and it was so easy.
And it looks so good.
And they look so good. I was really nervous for a little bit because like not only are my lashes really straight, but they're also like very thick. Like they're really strong, and they did not want to stick to like the thing. You're supposed to like, you put this like weird eye thing on, and then you put glue on it, and then you're supposed to like use like the Q-tip they give you and like gently like put your lashes and they'll stick to the glue. Not for me. I had to put like so much glue and then like literally bring my finger and just like push them on for like a minute, and then finally they like kind of stuck, but like some of them were coming off and they weren't like beautifully like spaced out. Like they were kind of wonky, and I was like, this is gonna look so bad. Like there's no way this is gonna look good, but it turned out okay, and I'm like very excited about it.
Good. I'm so happy.
So
every time we go to Miami, we got to try a new beauty thing, and
hopefully try something
one of
new.
them sticks.
Yeah, I really like it. I'm like very happy. Like I love to get a lash lift, love to be able to do it myself, but like it's always so weird when you're like, oh, I feel them. Like I'm just like looking up and I'm like, I feel them on my eyebrow.
It's definitely something to get used to for sure.
Yeah. So I won't be able to wear mascara tomorrow, but that's okay.
That's okay. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm so excited to go back to Miami. And you know what?
I know.
It's funny because You and I have constantly been on this podcast being like, we're never going back to Miami. Like, fuck
Yeah, like
Miami.
no, we
We're not
won't be
going
going back. Like if we had to go back to any of the US races, like we would not go back to Miami. Psych, here we
Psych.
are.
I am like actually so excited. Now that we're going, I'm like, actually,
Yeah.
it was really fun. It was really hot, but it was also so much fun. And
Well,
I'm
I'm
like,
just glad that this year, at least for 2 of the 3 days, we'll be in the shade. And like that's huge.
yeah,
We learned a lot last time. Like I
we
feel like
did.
we learned a lot of things to be able to prepare us for this year.
Just like I need to get another spray tan to remind myself how good it can actually be.
yeah,
We need to return to Miami to either
realize how good it can
validate
actually be.
or prove that it was better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, I'm excited because the last time we went was like the heyday of my skin being terrible. And I was so self-conscious about it. And we
Yeah.
were like in Miami, we were like kind of doing brand things for the first time. Like we had like a couple things going on and I was like, I want to wear makeup because I'm like so self-conscious about my skin right now. And like wearing makeup to that track was like my nightmare. Like it was so brutal. And I had to wear like a full face. Like I was like putting makeup on. Whereas this year I'm excited. Like I'm gonna probably do a little bit of makeup, especially like we're on an actual brand trip and like with like a cosmetics company. So I'm like feel like I should probably like
look a little
good. But at least I can do like I'm gonna do so much like lighter makeup.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like maybe like a tinted moisturizer, like maybe like a little bit of my skin tint foundation, like so light, so minimal versus what I did last time, which I'm really excited about because that was so brutal the
Yeah, it
last
was
time.
a lot. It was really heavy to have to wear all of that on your
Yeah.
face in 95-degree
It was
heat and
we're just
100%
like,
humidity.
also, since we're in the beach club cabanas, we get like food and drinks, I think. So that's gonna be like I just feel like we're set up for more success
And we're by the
this time.
pool. We're by the pool.
Yeah,
I'm going
like-
in that pool if it's the last
like-
thing I do.
Truly, my outfit for Saturday is literally a beach cover up. So it's like
Love.
I'm wearing a bathing suit.
Love.
I'm wearing a bathing suit and I'm wearing this like adorable little like knit set, which I like realized when I posted my packing video. It looks so heavy. Like it looks like I'm literally bringing like a sweater and like pants to wear to Miami. But it's so light. I tried it on the other day and it's like, oh, it's amazing. It's so cozy.
Obsessed
so I'm
with that.
very excited. But I'm like, yeah, I'm going in that pool.
Yeah.
Catch me in the pool during Ed Sheeran's set.
Yeah.
Swimming up to him.
What I don't think everyone understands yet is that we will be enjoying the pool as a bit. Like we will be
asking people to play mermaids.
Yeah, we will be fully enjoying the pool.
I'm bringing
everyone
swim
else there is
goggles.
probably like super rich and like doesn't give a shit about the pool, but like for the bit, we're in the pool.
Like I want to bring like arm floaties.
Like we're in
I'm
the pool.
getting goggles. I'm gonna bring something to tie my legs together to play mermaids.
Like it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fantastic.
It's gonna be really good.
So I'm very excited. I'm very excited to see the changes.
Yeah, we've
And
heard
I'm
a lot of
excited-
good things from the Miami organizers, that there've been a lot of good like updates and changes to the track, and we obviously haven't seen it since the first year, and that was
Right.
kind of a mess.
Yeah.
No offense to them if they're listening, but it was a little bit of a mess. So I'm very excited to see kind of how it's been stepped up
Yeah.
this year.
So excited. Excited to try some new restaurants, do some different things.
Do so many things.
Yeah, so many things. We've got a packed agenda for you guys. And I can't
we
wait.
we're like double booked every night.
Like,
I
can't
think double,
wait
maybe
to
triple.
just show you all of the things. It's gonna be so much
We're
fun.
vibing out.
Yeah. It's gonna be
This is
amazing.
also the first TG1F trip that we've taken.
just you and
the
me.
two of us.
I know, which is
Like just
crazy.
TG1F. Like this is girls trip. Like we're having girls night out every night. Every night is a let's go GNO.
Yeah. Also, I realized that my nails are Miami GP color.
Okay, I'm about to paint mine
Pink?
Pink.
Look at
Like
us.
the other, which I think is funny because I think that's opposite of
So
what we did the
opposite of what
last time.
you and I always do.
Because the last time we were in Miami, I got
You did do like
the
this
blue
color green.
tips.
Yeah.
I got like cool blue.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it might have been blue and pink. I might have done both.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah. Actually, you
I
did the
think
Miami colors,
yeah.
and I got the pink
So
flames.
yeah, how fun. I know
TBT.
I did not
I know.
get
I
my
was like,
nails
I
done.
could not get a design done because my nails were all kind of over the place, and I was just like,
Yeah.
they
Like
gotta
once
be
again,
trimmed.
I'm Poe. So I will be doing my own
Perfect.
with my another non-paid SpawnCon, Les Mini Macaron
She loves
set.
she loves her mini macaroon.
I freaking love it. I love that shit. So, and I got my white nail polish for my toes that
I
I
did
gotta
like a
do.
really really light purple, so it looks almost white, but add
I
a little
just
color.
like I don't remember the last time I did anything
You
other
love
than
a
white on
white
my feet.
toe. Anyway, can you tell we're excited
Anyways,
about Miami? So speaking of people who are kind of shifting their color palettes for the weekend,
oh,
let's talk about Ferrari.
I have I here's the thing. They got me so hyped up. They got me so hyped up because I love the new merch and I
Mm-hmm.
love their suits. And they were like, we're going blue for Miami. And I thought we were gonna get like a really cool like blue and white car.
Uh-huh.
Like think like AlphaTauri. Like I
Mm-hmm.
thought we were gonna get
Like with
something,
that
but like
baby
more blue,
blue.
like yeah, more of
Yeah.
like a baby blue. I was so excited. And then they were like,
They
psych,
said
we're actually doing red car
a
with blue
splash.
stripes.
They hyped it up so much for it to be so disappointing. But you know what? I don't know why. Like, we let ourselves get excited by this, and
We
we shouldn't
should know
have. Like,
better.
we should know better at this point, and
Yeah, we
that's on
should.
us. That's on
That
us
is.
for having
That is on us.
expectations for Ferrari that won't ever be met.
It's like I thought it was gonna work because they did a good job on like the merch and the suits. Like
Yeah,
I just really thought we were gonna
they're
continue that
cute little like
momentum.
mechanic blue suits. I was like, absolutely,
I want the shirt. It
absolutely.
would look horrible on me, so I'll probably just have like Nick have it, and then I'll just wear it some maybe once or twice. But I'm like, they're so cute. I
So
love them. Like
cute,
I'm
yeah.
literally wearing.
The
I'm
color,
wearing
I
my
know. It's that is
Ferrari
your
blue.
color.
Blue is my
Yeah.
color. I'm pissed,
Yeah,
honestly.
just stick a Ferrari sticker on there and then, you know what, DIY. Once
DIY.
again, we have to do everything ourselves.
Yeah. Unbelievable. 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 Oh, you know who I wonder is gonna be if she's gonna be wearing blue, or maybe maroon, or maybe lavender.
Or maybe green for reputation, maybe? Snake colors?
Is Miss Taylor
Or is she wearing
Swift
green not for reputation but for Aston Martin? For her lover.
Alpine? Oh my
For her
God, for her
lover.
lover Fernando. Yeah, that's like a wink, wink, nudge, nudge to
Hmm.
Alonso. She's like, I'm actually here with my boyfriend, but wink,
Travis
wink.
is my
This is for you. This
beard.
is an Easter egg specifically for you, Fernando.
Like, I know we've talked about this, like, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago about like the whole TTPD and the Aston Martin and the Fernando Alonso of it all, but
Yeah.
like there are articles
Like
out
she's
there
going. There has to
currently
be a photo of them together this weekend.
like
Like Taylor Swift is going to F1
she's
Miami.
so many people are like we can't trust Daily Mail, we can't trust the Sun. And I'm like, you know what? Sure. However, the signs are kind of lining up. Like
Yeah.
the points are being made.
You know
Travis
Taylor loves an Easter egg. Like this is like perfect for her.
Travis loves, or Travis invested in Alpine.
Yep.
We know for a fact that the Alpine comms team has been desperately trying to get Travis to show up at a race.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick and Brittany Mahomes were at the race last year,
Yep.
and it's like,
It makes sense.
it makes sense. They're the Super Bowl champions. Like, they're doing kind of press rounds. Like, we are seeing them do more.
Taylor's on break.
Taylor's on a break. We're seeing them do more engagements with other sports organizations within the country. Like, it only makes sense.
Right.
And so, like the Delulu Taylor Swift fan that I am, who regularly believes in all of the Easter eggs and conspiracy theories, I will be subscribing to the fact that she will be at the F1 Miami Grand Prix.
Yeah. And it's also going to be like a middle finger to Austin for being like, you thought you could get me.
Again.
You thought you could get me.
She played in 2016.
Again, now. Okay,
Yeah,
2016 was like not the peak of her.
No.
So
Instead,
but also like
they said Sting.
Taylor at F1 giving a wink wink nudge nudge to Alonso is giving Bejeweled. And when I meet the band Alonso, he says, "Do you have a man?" I can still say I don't remember. Like, that's her being like, yeah, he's actually over there in the Alpine garage, but like, I don't remember.
But also, I'm imagining the height difference, like Taylor and her heels.
It's literally
going
to be, it's the Taylor Bruno Mars meme all over again.
Absolutely.
I can't wait for that.
I'm so excited. So all of the haters, all the naysayers, like, I can't wait.
Just wait.
On Sunday to be like, I motherfucking told you so, bitch.
And what about it?
Oh, I'm screaming. All right, well, that's Miami for you. We will have more Miami content, obviously, next week. So much. Follow along on TikTok, on Instagram. We will be pumping out content. We will be a content machine. And we promise this time. I know, guys, sometimes we're really bad at that, but like, we are getting down to business this time.
It's also only the two of us. Yeah. So like, no distractions.
No distractions.
No distractions.
All. So
it's just us and our phones. Just us and a tripod.
Let's get into some F1 news that happened this week.
There was a lot.
We saw quite a bit of it.
Oh, yeah.
I think the biggest talk of the town, Adrien Newey, chief engineer at Red Bull. He is leaving Red Bull at the beginning, the first quarter of 2025, I believe is what they said.
Which we've been hearing rumors. There's been he said, she said. Mm-hmm. And it's confirmed.
I mean, there was the rumors. It was kind of circulating on like random accounts on Twitter last week. And then the BBC reported it. And we're like, okay, this has some legitimacy. And then
because Red Bull was like, he hasn't told us.
They said nonsense. We haven't heard a single peep about that.
Classic.
But you know,
classic F1.
We always say when they deny the rumor too much, it's usually true.
Yeah.
So all things were quiet for about 3 to 4 days. Then yesterday, we get the news that he's officially leaving. Christian has posted the gayest photo of the two of them in the pool and a sob story caption about how he loves this man and they've been through it since the beginning and like yada, yada, yada. Okay, we get it. You lost the best thing that ever happened to you, so count your motherfucking days.
Yep.
And now the big question is he retiring? Or does someone have a big enough checkbook to bring him over?
Here's the thing is, I know there were rumors that it was going to be Ferrari. Mm-hmm. I do not think that they can afford him because they already had to take out a title sponsorship to get Lewis, like to pay for, like, I'm like, I don't think they can afford him.
Hey, crazier things have happened.
And I will literally I'll kiss Fred's feet. If he gets Lewis.
Big things, because you said I hate feet.
I said it. And
stand by
that's how strongly I feel about this, is if he manages to get Lewis and Adrian in the matter of months, I will literally kiss his feet. Like, that will be the dream team. But also I've heard rumors that it's Aston Martin, because they're really trying to like build everything up. And who do we know would have the checkbook? Yeah. Can you imagine
Adrien Newey to Aston Martin? Alonso resigns for one more year after next year. And
hasn't he signed for like
just 1 year?
Oh, okay.
And then so he's like, all right, one more year. We've got Adrien Newey. We've got Honda. Fernando Alonso wins a title, immediately retires. He wins his last title and he goes out on a bang.
I mean,
because we all know Lance is not going to do it. We know for certain it's not going to be Lance.
Unless they're literally bringing Adrian in to like fucking cheat Lance's way to P1.
Hey, again, crazier things have happened.
Conspiracy corner.
So that's
Lawrence Stroll is hiring Adrien Newey to rig Lance's car so that he can win.
You know what? It would be a crazy day to see Lance pull a Max Verstappen and just win and win and win.
It would be very, very unlike him.
Yeah.
That's for sure. You know what else it would be unlike? You know what else? Someone is acting a little differently than usual. Our pal.
Our friend
of the pod. Friend of the pod.
Famously so.
Gunther Steiner. Happy-go-lucky guy. He's suing Haas.
He's got beef.
He's
got beef with Gene.
He said, tell your boyfriend if he says he's got beef, I'm a vegetarian and I ain't fucking scared of him. That's what he called and said to Gene.
And that's what it said in the papers that he served to Haas.
Mm-hmm. Yup. So Gunther is suing Haas for alleged unpaid commissions and like money that they owe him, and also for still using his name and likeness to make money when they literally fired him. I'm like, don't be selling those Gunther shirts.
It's so funny to me that they, like, all of the articles, like, I read about this, they were like, in their mutual understanding that Gunther was not going to be re-signed. Like, it was mutual. It was, like, both parties agreed. And I was like, no fucking shot. No fucking shot. And you know what? Gunther said, you know what? You didn't cut me my check. You didn't run me my money. Guess what?
It's not mutual anymore, bitch.
Time has passed. And I've shown that I'm able to survive without you guys. And so now I'm going to sue your ass.
Mm-hmm. He said, F1's not going to let me go like you did, so...
So he's like the face of the Miami Grand Prix this weekend or something.
Yeah, you can like meet Gunther and like hang out with him. So he's going to be standing outside the Haas garage like,
count
bitch better have my money. Bitch better have my money.
So we'll be following Gunther versus Haas in the courts. I'm sure they'll settle out of court. It won't go to a public court of opinion, but I can't wait to see what happens.
It'd be crazy. Imagine it's like the new trial that everyone's watching on TV.
We shift our podcast to like a true crime podcast, and it's
just like
Gunther versus Gene.
We're literally like, actually, I'm taking a sabbatical from work.
We're outside the courthouse with our microphones.
We're live outside the courthouse. Gunther Steiner has just walked in. We're still waiting for Gene Haas to arrive. We're just court reporters now.
We're what is it called?
Stenographer.
Stenography. Yeah,
I'm doing the illustrations. I'm drawing the pictures. It's paint by number. I'm paint by numbering in the courtroom.
I can see it. I can see it very clearly in my mind.
Actually, I should be the stenographer because I'm a really fast typer.
You are. I'm really not good at typing.
You should be the artist because you've been really into watercolors.
Yeah, my watercolors. I take shrooms and then I watercolor.
Walk into the courtroom. Your Honor, I am tripping, but I also am about to fuck up some watercolors.
Oh my god. That's so funny.
Bring out the dancing lobsters.
You know what? It's jury duty.
I can't.
It's jury duty, but it's us running the Gunther Haas.
We're running it now.
Well, okay.
Nick's the bailiff.
It's Judge Judy.
Sam and Kaylee are the dancing lobsters that come out in the back.
No, Riley's gonna actually be the court illustrator.
You're right.
Oh, our little ecosystem.
I mean, we have a full court system going on in our friend group. So I think we
love to judge. So
we do. Judge, jury, executioner over here.
So what about it?
That's next for us. We're actually doing a spin-off podcast and it's court themed. And we have people come and they have to plead their case.
It's the people's court. It's the people's court on the podcast.
The two girls' court.
Do you have beef with someone? Bring them on the pod. We'll mediate. I took a mediating class one time.
I minored in alternative dispute
There you go,
resolution. I have a
perfect.
law minor.
Perfect.
Bitch, I'm ready to
We
go.
are certified.
We are prepared for this.
All right, speaking
You
of
guys,
things,
let us know in the comments. Let us know in the comments if you maybe we'll start a Patreon. It'll be people scoring. You pay us $5 a month, and we'll settle your disputes. So let us know in the comments if you'd be interested.
Okay, I woke up this morning itching. I was like, this is the only thing I want to talk about this week.
Tell me.
And that is Lando Norris. Lando Norris celebrating King's Day with none other
Of course.
than Martin Garrix,
The
scene
Dutchman
of the crime.
himself.
Scene of the crime. All of the content that has come out of Lando being drunk on a boat next to Martin Garrix has fueled me for another 6 months.
Truly.
Then seemingly everyone thought he broke his nose because he had this weird band-aid wrapped
like, guys,
around his face.
He's literally, I lived, bitch.
Like, honestly, it was... And you could tell that he lights on no one's home. He felt no pain. He was like,
No.
I don't even know what happened to me.
But
like,
then
how
come
did I
to
get
find
this
out,
on my face?
Come to find out, now he has like the world's tiniest
Little
Band-Aid.
Band-Aid. It's so small. I want them to
You
put,
know,
like...
Martin was just like, dude, your nose.
You're
and he's
bleeding.
Like, he's like, I want a first aid kit. And they're all just hammered and just like wrapping the gauze around Lando's face.
They're like ripping off a sleeve from their shirt. They're like just fucking tying it.
Dead.
It was truly everything. And like, I can't wait for Media Day tomorrow because they were going to be like, Lando,
What happened?
tell us what happened to your face. And he's going to have to be like, well, I got a little too drunk. At least I didn't fall off the boat.
Literally.
But
Checo's like, been there.
the Martin Garrix of it all would just really send me. I was like, of course he's there. Of course he is.
Of course. Of course.
Where else would he be? I just was surprised to see that Lando was the only one there. Like,
I know.
Max wasn't there, which was surprising to me.
Well, Max has a child, so
You're right. He's
Max
a father.
can't be doing this anymore.
He can't have fun anymore.
Can't be fucking around.
He turned 25 and they said enough.
You're an adult now. Act like it.
Okay, obviously this is kind of like, we love when there are U.S. Grand Prix because I love to see the shenanigans that happen
Yep.
here, because a lot of the drivers have either like friends or family or apartments or whatever and in the United States, and there's always things happening.
There's always
So,
things happening.
One thing that happened, which I'm quite frankly very upset about, is Lewis was here. Lewis was here in New York City, and WhatsApp and Mercedes had a party on Tuesday. When was that? Tuesday?
Monday.
And you're right, on Monday. And then Tuesday, Lewis ripped donuts out in front of the Empire State Building. Keep in mind, I work 1 block away from there, and I had no idea. And I was looking at the aerial view of the content they posted. I was like, there was no one there. There was not a soul there. There was probably like 200 people, and that's it. And I was like, I am gonna freaking lose it. I'm like posting in the F1 group Slack channel. I'm like, hey guys, hate to be the bearer of bad news. We missed the coolest thing ever. Does anyone want to jump on the third rail with me?
Literally.
Everyone was like,
so tough.
I'm actually really upset. And I was like, yeah, me too. And then I had to be like a sad sack of shit and just go look at the tire marks later in the day. I was like, Lewis was here. I like felt the warm ground.
She's like, I smell the burned rubber.
I'm like putting my hands on the ground. I'm like, Lewis was here.
It's the new rat hole.
And I was like telling Carly, I was like, I'm acting as if I've never seen Lewis in real life before. Like, I'm acting like this was like the one shot in my entire life that I'll be able to see Lewis. As if I don't have a cute little Polaroid of him that I took on my fridge.
Literally.
But I was just like,
there's never enough, Lewis.
There's never enough, because every time you see him, you're like, that is the most beautiful man alive.
Ever. Yeah.
His skin is glowing.
He's poreless.
Our friend interviewed him, and I was like, the unwavering eye contact, right? And she was like, absolutely. And I was like,
I said, Was there a single pore on his face? And she said, nary a
No.
pore to be found.
No. Because that man is flawless.
Perfect.
We love him. We
I
stand.
love
And
him so
so
much. Love him
hopefully one of
so
these
much.
days, maybe after he's retired, I can run into Lewis Hamilton on the street and say, finally.
You know who else you could have run into on the
No,
street this week?
I don't want to talk about it.
You
my
know who else?
man. My man, Daniel Ricciardo.
You're bejeweled. When they ask, when I meet the band, they say, "Do you have a man?" You can literally say, "I don't remember,"
I don't
because
remember.
we don't know. We don't know if he's our man or not. Week by week.
Week by week it changes, but he's been looking extra fine lately. He is coming out with a new Enchante drop, which enough.
But it's also Enchante Cafe again. So
I know. I was like,
same
okay,
shit, different day.
that's fine. Which funny story? Carly's friend, who she regularly dog sits for, worked on that shoot for Enchante.
Oh,
Crazy. Yeah.
okay.
Just a little New York moment.
Little New York minute.
But Danny was here and he was with Heidi, which fantastic. Love that for them. I can't believe they're still dating. Like, that feels weird to me. Like, I didn't think that they would last this long.
I mean,
Like,
he's not getting any more popular, so
that's true. That's so true. He's getting old.
yeah.
So
The number of fish in the sea is not growing for him, I fear.
so true. Speaking of number of fish not growing for him, is we've talked about on this pod that we think that he had kind of like a race contract, like number of races to get his ass into gear.
Mm-hmm.
And after China, he was basically not confirming it, but he was like, "Hey, they switched chassis for him."
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, "I think this is the key to my success." And he's like, I'm not going to say it right now because like I can't say for certain, but he's like, I want to be here in like 5 races and say like, yeah, we really turned it around. We really got the monkey off of our backs and kind of made a change. So whether or not that's an official line that Red Bull and AlphaTauri have drawn for him around being better in 5 races, who's to say? But he has seemingly given himself his own deadline of 5 races. So we'll see. So I think that's what, Montreal, because we've got Miami, Imola, Monaco, Montreal,
Yeah.
and then Silverstone.
We shall see.
Danny, don't make me disappointed to wear my Ricardo tank this weekend, okay? Don't do it. Don't do me like that.
Don't do it. Don't do me like that. Danny, get it together. Get your shit together, Carol.
All right. In other silly season news.
Anyways, yeah, we got our first team switch. Nico Hulkenberg is going to Sauber next year because it is part of his deal with Audi. Audi will be taking over Sauber in 2020.
Are they Sauber next year?
I think they are.
I can't keep track
it's like
with that team.
I think it's
like
still Kick Sauber,
Steak.
but like
what is like what the fuck is that team name?
I don't know. But I think it's all owned by
Yeah.
Sauber, and then like the title sponsors can change.
Yeah.
But so because Audi will be taking over, they wanted a German driver in there, and for some reason, I guess Nico Hulkenberg was top of their list. So
which I did not see
insane.
coming.
Nope, didn't see him being a hot ticket, but good for him. Good for him.
He's got some really good agents. So pat yourself on your back, Nico, because you hired really well.
Real good people. So they didn't say who will be his teammate. I personally am guessing that it'll be Zhou and Nico. I think Bottas is going to choose to retire at the end of the season. And we've talked about this before, that I think he's just kind of over it.
Yeah.
Like, he's very much in his Kimi era of like, this is just a hobby for me. Like, I'm just doing this now. Like, I don't think he is ready.
I think he knows he's not going to win a championship at this rate.
Yeah, I think he is ready to like move on to his other passions, which is now like cycling, owning businesses, traveling. I think that is kind of the next step for him. And I think he's probably spent the last couple seasons just like stocking up and getting himself ready for that, like putting a little retirement fund together. But I think he's going to be really successful off track, and I think he's just like ready to go do his other passions, and I really support that. And I would also like I just really want to see Zhou keep staying on the grid.
Same. Yeah, he's either gonna stay at stake or someone else is gonna pick him up.
I hope so.
Because I don't see that Zhou's time is near the end.
I hope not.
But Alex Albon is allegedly rumored to be Audi's second choice if Carlos doesn't pan out for them in 2026.
Interesting.
So I know last week we talked about Helmut Marko, or was that last week? Yes. Last week we talked about Helmut Marko saying that Carlos had a pretty big deal with Audi that they couldn't necessarily compete with. But as we've been saying, crazier things have happened.
Yep.
And now that they don't have Adrien Newey's paycheck anymore, maybe they could have some money for Carlos. So
yeah,
I don't know. But then it's like, okay, well, is that a good choice for Carlos if Adrian's leaving? Like, are they like gonna have the ability to be as good?
Yeah.
It's kind of like there's a lot of things for Carlos to consider.
Right. And that also makes me wonder if they're already taking Nico in preparation for Audi.
Yeah.
Could they also take Carlos next year?
Yeah.
And then Zhou goes somewhere else. Like, could they be just getting ready to be like, okay, we're just starting our Audi team early so that they have 1 year prior to Audi actually taking, or to like develop the car with the drivers.
Yeah.
Who knows?
That's a pretty good point. Who knows? But I'm excited to find out. I mean, we'll find out at some point. That covers F1 news for the week. We are so incredibly lucky this year to be able to watch our first F1. Actually, that's a lie. No, we saw the W series in Miami 2 years ago. But we will be watching F1 Academy this weekend, so I'm very excited about that. We got the opportunity to chat with Lia Block this week and get to ask her some questions about how she's liking F1 Academy so far and just get to know her a little bit better. So
good.
We will be rooting for Lia this weekend in Miami, and we hope that you just enjoy this fun little conversation we had with her.
Perfect. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us today. We're super excited, and we'll also both be in Miami this weekend, so very excited to see you do your thing in real life. Yeah, I can't wait.
Well, little context. I'm Nicole. That's Kate. We are from Two Girls, One Formula. We have a podcast called TG1F. And so I'm really excited to chat with you today about some fun questions that we've come up with.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Cool. So I know this is your first season racing with F1 Academy, but what has been your favorite part so far about being involved with F1 Academy?
Honestly, I think it's all the experiences they set up for us to all get together, us as competitors, and hang out. And especially in Jeddah, we got to go see the city. So it was really cool, all the exposure we got around and in the race weekend, you know, and how inclusive it is for everyone. It is obviously a racing series, but it all feels kind of like a family to everyone, you know. So it's just really awesome how smoothly everything is run. And so I think Miami is just going to be even better, you know.
Yeah, can't wait. I know it's kind of interesting that you guys have a much longer kind of period in between races, so I'm sure the excitement just gets amped up that extra bit more in between. So super excited for that. Second question is, so recently we saw Abby Pulling make a comment about we're kind of responding to Max Verstappen's thoughts on F1 Academy, you know, and how he thinks that it's great, but it might not be a good enough stepping stone to get into F1. So just kind of curious what your thoughts are around that idea.
I mean, you know, F1 Academy is great because it is a stepping stone from karting, you know, for females to get into open wheel racing. So it's obviously not a step straight from F1 Academy to F1, you know, right. You still have to go FRECA, F3, F2. It's just a way for females to get recognized for their talent instead of having to work 10 times harder against the males. There's so many F4s around the world. So I really think that it's just a long-term thing, and it's just a way for females to get exposure and not just to jump to F1, you know?
No, that makes total sense. And Kate and I are basically on the same page where we're like, obviously progress over perfection. We're not expecting F1 Academy drivers to be like, okay, immediately into F1 after this. Like, that's
Right.
not realistic in any sense. So that's really great. Kind of speaking off of F1 Academy, you have participated in a number of racing series already, which is incredibly impressive. What has been your favorite so far, and what is kind of the different challenge of each one?
Yeah, I mean, so many different ones over the years, you know. But I would say, as of right now, I mean, I've only done the first Academy race,
Yeah.
but I would say still rally is my favorite currently, you know. It's where I've had the most success, and, you know, it's kind of just a home thing. I've grown up around it with my dad, so I hope that F1 Academy and Open Wheel will become my favorite in the future, but for now, it's just about gaining more experience, and maybe when I start getting podiums, you know, I'll like it a little bit more. Yeah.
What was your favorite part about being in rally?
I think just winning.
You know what? That's so fair. So valid.
But the long stages, being in the car for days at a time, you know, it's so much time of racing and being in the car. So, you know, that's what I like. You know, it's kind of hard in F1 Academy when we have so many breaks in between, you know, and then we get like one FP and then a qualifying and then 2 races that are only 30 minutes. So it's super short, but I think like the experience around it is so exciting.
Yeah. Rally is insane to me. Like, so cool. It just feels so wild. I like really want to make it a point of getting more into watching rally, because I just watch it and I'm like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen in the best way.
Yeah. I mean, the adrenaline rush is so much more because there's so many more things that could go wrong, you know?
Yeah.
Finding
Like you said, it's
a trigger
so
with that.
long. Like, you're like in the car for like, it's crazy. I love it.
Do you remember like what was going through your mind in your first rally race? Like what were the emotions?
Honestly, I think just excitement, you know, because I grew up around it with my dad so much, and I've always wanted to do it. So being only 15 and getting to do my first rally was just really exciting for me, and all I wanted to do was go fast, you know. So it was just kind of the start of my rally career, but it was just, I got a little bit of a taste. I did the last rally at the end of the year, so I had to wait till the next season to do the next one. So I just wanted to do it even more. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. I had almost the same sort of feeling in the first Academy race, you know, like it was just such a rush and everything happened so fast, you know, and everything was so new that just makes me want to get in the car now.
Totally. Well, you mentioned that you did your first rally race at 15 years old, and you're only 17 now?
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So how do you deal with the pressure to be successful at such a young age compared to maybe some of your friends that are not, you know, professional athletes and might just be in high school getting ready to go to prom or graduate? How do you deal with that kind of otherworldly pressure?
I think it's mostly because I've grown up around it my entire life. You know, I've been in and around it. So just like about having different priorities. And this is something that I've always wanted to do and grown up doing that. I think it's just part of my life, and that's the only thing I know. You know, I'd rather be here than getting ready for prom at high school. You know, I do online school, so everything is just a pathway to keep being more successful in the motorsport world.
Love that. We have a lot of young, you know, women followers and people who are really interested in getting into motorsport, whether that's being behind the wheel or, you know, being behind the mic, being an engineer, whatever it may be. What is kind of your piece of advice for, you know, getting started in motorsport?
I would say just like any opportunity you can get, like whether it's like volunteering or interning, you know, just going to the races, everything can help. And just meeting different people and going to the grassroots. But honestly, just having a love for it, you know, like if you don't love motorsport and to be in it, it's never going to really happen for you, you know? So, yeah, just do what you love. And if motorsport's what it is, you'll find a way, you know?
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's great advice. So we have a couple more like fun questions for you, just a few. So the first one is, if you had to go on The Amazing Race, who from F1 Academy would you want to take as your partner?
So The Amazing Race is like, where you go all over the world, like, okay.
Yeah, you don't have phones, you don't have like anything, and you just have to like
figure it out,
find your way around the world.
That's a hard question. Okay. So it's like the drivers, right?
Yeah.
I think I would take my teammate Ariella. I
Okay.
think she's really savvy like that, you know.
You're putting so much faith. Oftentimes, Kate and I are like, would we actually be good partners on Amazing Race? Who knows?
Yeah, like I don't know if we actually put us in that situation.
I don't like. I feel like I need someone who's like multilingual. So I'm like, when I'm around the world, they can speak to more people than I can. But yeah, it's a tough decision because that's like you're really putting your faith in someone.
Yeah, I mean, I only speak English, so she speaks like French and like what else, like Spanish. So
perfect.
She'd be great then. She's perfect.
And I feel like both of you actually would be really good because you have to do some challenges that are like fear-inducing. Like you have to do like adrenaline junkie stuff, and so like I feel like the both of you would just be like, easy. I'll like bungee jump, like I'll walk on a tightrope, like no big deal.
I also feel like a lot of the challenges, like what trips people up is driving different cars, like driving stick or something. So I feel like maybe this should be the next venture. Everyone's like, oh, you've been in a lot of motorsport series, and next it's The Amazing Race.
Yeah, I'd love to see a full season.
The top tier right there.
Okay, fun question. What artists are currently on repeat for you right now?
Oh, that's a really good question. Because people always ask me, like, oh, what's your favorite music? Like, who's your favorite artist? Like, I don't know. I listen to all different types. But, like, I would say, like, Noah Kahan right now. Like, that's really good. You know, and of course, like, some Drake. I like all different types of music, so.
What's kind of, like, the song that you just, like, keep hitting repeat on currently? Like, the earworm?
You know, like, the last couple of days, it's been Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter. Like, that song is so good. It's so good.
Stuck in my head. My boyfriend is so done with me, like, singing it over and over again. He's like, enough. I cannot handle this. I'm like, I can't get it out of my head.
And last question is, where would be your dream location for a race?
I was thinking about this, and I was like, ooh, maybe, like, a race in like the mountains, you know, like Pikes Peak, but make it Formula One. Like,
ooh,
be a little bit sketchy, but you know,
I mean, that's the fun of it.
Yeah.
Or you can fall off the side of the mountain.
Just don't fall off the side of the cliff, and you're fine.
It's
giving
need
some serious barriers, like serious barriers on the side.
It's giving that new proposed like Abu Dhabi track where they're like, it's like a 10-story corner one. Like, okay.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Scary.
Okay, one last question before we go is, have you been to Miami before?
I have been to Miami. Yeah.
Okay. What would you say is your one recommendation that someone do if they're going to Miami for the first time?
Well, I would say, like, just have some Cuban food because they have such good Cuban food. Like, go downtown, get some really good Cuban food, get those, like, I don't know, the, like, fried, like, bananas or something?
The
plantains.
yeah.
Those are so good.
Fried plantains are the way to my heart.
Yes,
they're so good.
Yeah, I'm so excited to just eat so much good Cuban food.
I'm like waiting for it. Like it can't come soon enough. I just want all of the food.
All right. Well, Lia, this has been such a pleasure. Thank you so much. We will be cheering you on Saturday, Friday and Saturday. So we can't wait to see how you do.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, anytime. Feel free. If you ever want to come back and do a full episode with us, we'd love to have you.
All right. Well, so fun. Love Lia.
I mean, how impressive is it that she's 17 and she's like doing all
I'm
this
literally
shit?
like self-conscious. I'm like, okay,
well,
I'm
remember
30.
the shit that we were getting into at 17?
No.
I was a Tumblr
don't want to
hoe.
remember.
I just spent all of my time on Tumblr.
Literally, like I was not racing rally cars.
I was writing
not, like...
One Direction fan fiction.
Like, I'm embarrassed. to be honest. But so excited to root for her this weekend. I cannot wait to watch our first F1 Academy race. It's going to be really fun, and I think that this season especially, they've had so much more going for them and so much more notoriety. So I think a lot of people are going to be tuning in, and I just like can't wait. I feel like the atmosphere is going to be so great. So it's gonna be so much fun. We'll have so much to talk about next week.
I know.
So get ready.
Gear up.
I think next week, I also really am hoping to have a fun little Mother's Day episode coming out in a couple weeks. So stay tuned if you want to hear from
our moms,
the women who raised us, the poor unfortunate souls that have had to deal with us for 30 fucking years. So lots of fun stuff coming, lots of content. If there's anything you guys are dying to see from Miami, let us know. Drop a comment on our YouTube video or drop us a DM, whatever you want. Just let us know what you guys want to see this weekend, because we're going to be here, there, everywhere, just fucking dicking around Miami. Doing it all.
Miami-Dade County's not ready for us.
They ain't ready. But yeah, we'll be back with a shit ton of content. So see you guys then. And in the meantime,
we'll see you on the
internet.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of TG1F, an F1 podcast with Kate and Nicole.
If you like what you heard, don't miss out on the fun between episodes.
Keep up with the chaos on Instagram at 2 Girls 1 Formula. That's spelled out TWO Girls numerical 1 Formula.
And check out our website, 2girls1formula.com, to shop cute fan-made F1 merch.
See you next week.
But like we said, in the meantime, we'll see you on the internet.